Welcome to Stereo 3D Plays. Welcome right back to Fallout 4. That's right, I already have a plan for today. I got out of my armor to talk about it just so I could save on core energy. But I gotta get back to this damn subway. Because I saw something on my video and I was like, wait, why didn't I just figure out very easily how to go to the other side? When I came down, I went left, and I never actually came back up to go down the right staircase, which I think will have more action. So let's see what we have here. Short pipe rifle. I only have 48 cells, I'm not using that shit. Shell. I'm gonna hold on to the shells. I'm not quite comfortable with my count of 45 ammo yet. But yeah, that's what I thought. Oh shit, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I have the Resident Evil controls in mind right now.
Someone's coming.
There's another one. Nice. Gun. Might as well give the gun a break if it's gonna act like a stupid like that. Wait a minute. Didn't I activate these motherfucking robots, or did they just deactivate themselves? Oh shit. Well, I guess you decided to take a fucking break. Oh. Hey, I have that. Stimpaks, Radix. Oh, I forgot something else, actually. Wait, what happened there? Where did he come out of? That was pretty cool, but why did you just, like, spawn like that? I thought there was another one coming up behind me. I was like, wow, situational awareness leaves to be desired. Whoa. Okay, hang on. Whoa. One thing at a time, game. I know there's one here.
You still there?
Oh, there's more.
Can't see a damn thing.
Oh, I can.
What's that?
Damn it. There we go. Got him. Took a bit more effort than I would have liked, but we got him. So there's an opening in there with another train car. Oh. This is interesting. So was this accessible from the other side the whole time? I'm starting to suspect, Jesus Christ, that was, yep. I didn't even fucking notice that the two sides were fucking connected the whole time. That is some champion gameplay right there. That is some fucking champion gameplay. And it doesn't look like everything respawned. It's still the same situation as when I left, except there were enemies on the other side because I didn't go. Wait a minute. This wasn't open the first time I came over? Why is the Protectron enabled? I don't recall fucking doing this. Nice. It's incredible, like a game like this, even though there's not like any super high action jumps or anything, kind of feels like Portal 2. This kind of feels like a modded VR port. The controls are simple yet weird. That's one of the criticisms I would give to the devs of Fallout 4 VR is I don't really mind this being a port, like a raw port. I really enjoy the game. But man, did you get weird with the control scheme. I think the problem with Fallout 4 VR is that they adapted it primarily for these pieces of shit, the Vive wands. And the Vive wands were really terrible. You see two face buttons on this controller here, the upper one and the lower one, but they were both completely useless in-game for devs. You had to use these shitty grip buttons, which by the way, both grip buttons were the same button, or the trigger, or use this god-awful piece of shit trackpad. So I think they struggled to map to those, and that sort of resulted in the rest of the control bindings being just really weird, really strange. Oh, there's a tripwire mine, which I believe I activated. Yeah, I remember that last part. Okay.
Got nothing.
Holy shit. Nice, good job, good job. Didn't expect to get some raiders coming right here.
Anything useful?
Yep, I did. This guy's actually just made me a profit, so I'm not gonna complain too much. I even got a refund for the fucking ammo I wasted on these pieces of shit. So this is probably one of the last times I'm gonna do this, at least for a long while, I promise. But I'm gonna be talking about image stabilization and interpolation at length here because we've reached a point where I am really satisfied in the Stereo 3D Productions multiverse. And I'm even going to do a kind of benchmark test later in this video. But, you know, this whole saga started back in early November with duplicate frame interpolation. This is something, by the way, that I've wanted for years in Stereo 3D Productions videos and Stereo 3D plays, at least 3 years, and I never quite found the process that did it correctly up until now, up until about a few months ago, I would say. Duplicate frame interpolation will basically look through my video, and when it sees a duplicate frame, which means that the VR mirror, while recording, sent the same frame twice, i.e. dropped a frame, this thing is going to detect there's a duplicate frame and actually generate a new frame based on the previous image and the next image. And then it's going to replace the duplicate frame with that. And this really helps with video choppiness. In fact, this process that I found is so good, it can actually handle a string of missing frames and interpolate them. But over time I noticed the one thing that interpolation doesn't take care of is shakiness and jitteriness, which will happen a lot in VR video because, well, you're getting someone's one-to-one head motion, and in addition to that, with Oculus, for the longest time, I wasn't even including the time warp in the recording, so it was extra jittery, and I needed to elevate the process I just discovered a little bit to make it worth my while, to actually make the videos even better. And so I actually started playing with image stabilization. So I started applying that on the 2D variant at first in around mid-November. And this is because 3D image stabilization is a whole different ballgame. So I do my capture in stereoscopic 3D. The image contains two perspectives, the left eye view and the right eye view, in one image. And this causes two problems with image stabilization for stereoscopic 3D. And the first one being that this throws off the stabilization itself. The fact that it has two perspectives in the very same image causes the stabilizations to do things that are not correct in terms of smoothing out the motion. The second problem you run into is the likeliness that the right eye view will end up in the left eye frame and the left eye view will end up in the right eye frame. This is because stabilization moves the image about, and thus this can actually cause problems as well. So for 3D, what I have to do is I have to run the stabilization separately on the left eye image and the right eye image, and this introduces another problem, synchronization issues. If the frames aren't moved quite exactly the same, this is going to be obvious for 3D viewers. So I did experimentations with that back in late November, and I found out that this process is so fucking good that 98% of the time, there are no mismatches. Everything is in order. Now, besides screwing up Fallout 4 Part 17, where I only posted the stabilized 2D and the 3D just the same way I used to, I now have the video interpolated and stabilized at the very source. This means it affects both the 2D video and the 3D video, which is what I've wanted all along. And I rolled with that for quite some time. So the most recent Alien Isolation video on Stereo 3D Plays is the first video that had the full process on it, done correctly. After 4 videos, I realized this was going pretty well until Portal 2 VR Part 4, where I kind of hit a wall. I don't know what happened in that part. I don't know if it's the graphics of that particular section in the game, because it's not like I've never used this on Portal 2 VR before. Portal 2 Part 4 had so many issues in it that I decided, you know what, this is okay to post, but I'm gonna need to work on this. I'm gonna need to go back to the drawing board. Which I did, but I didn't go back to the drawing board empty-handed. I took all the components we got so far, which are pretty good, and I decided to just take a good look at them and study that stabilization algorithm to see what I could do with it. So stabilization, this one is no different than all the others, often works in 2 steps. First, it'll analyze your video and generate a data file based on that analysis that basically the data contains what the stabilization should do to smooth out the video. And then it's going to take that data and actually perform the stabilization based on it. So what I did is I found out a way to have the stabilization data from the left eye view only applied to both the left eye view and the right eye view. That's right, I fucking cracked the code, and we got some smooth ass video that is, put aside a few very minor visual artifacts, absolutely perfectly smooth. I mean, at this point, there is probably nothing more I can do for now. It is as good as it's gonna get, and I'm really happy with that. I've wanted this for years, and I finally have it. So I'm sorry to go on at length again with Tech Talk, but it will be a while before I speak of this again. It looks like we have something really solid. Before I go and stop talking about interpolation and stabilization, it's time to do one final benchmark. This is interesting. I recall Diamond City being a lot rougher than it is right now. I think the nighttime condition is making it run a lot smoother than I'd like. Yeah, for once I actually want shit performance, and I am absolutely not getting it. Though it's really hard to tell. Like I said, most of the time when my mirror starts duplicating frames, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm getting duplicate frames in my simulation. In fact, most of the time, what happened is I just don't notice in the damn headset. You know, I should come here more often. I mean, I know I've come here several times, but I should just come here more often. Honestly, this is the game at its best, graphically speaking. And I'm still hoping that my interpolation is doing some work here, because I just took a quick look and it appears that everything is running rather well. So, like I said, it is really hard to tell in my headset if y'all are getting anything out of place, because for me, it is 99.9% of the time perfectly smooth, to the point where I have no idea that you guys are getting duplicated frames. Alright, I got a quest selected in my Pip-Boy, which I actually changed to the wrist so I could kill a bit of time and wait for sunrise here instead of pausing the game, which I actually really do like. I like that when I open my Pip-Boy it pauses the game, but I turned that off for now so that I could actually kill a bit of time looking at my quests. I got a quest selected, and I'm going to take one more walk through Diamond City to hopefully push that interpolation on overtime and see how the stabilization reacts to it. I'm going to do a nice cinematic walk across here. Try to see how well that interpolation and stabilization can make something look smooth, even though it's pretty rough.
What, Diamond City's got 2 private dicks now?
Hey, give me a sec. Gotta check in with
What a beauty, this town.
how's the noodles?
Every damn condition is nice to see. The daytime, the weather events, the nighttime, and it kind of changes styles at every mode. It has its own look. Like right now, it's kind of a haze coming up over the city. It's very cool. Very, very cool. Well then, I think we're gonna need ammo, Nick, because we're back where we were before, and I did avoid getting out of the radius of this area for a certain number of reasons, this being one of them.
Prefer not to join.
This is gonna be fun. I didn't expect to have ghouls along the way. Can you please kill him? Okay, good. We haven't made much way. I didn't expect to have ghouls on the way. It's making it a lot more fun. This is a place I haven't gone to yet, so I need to go the hard way. We need to walk, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna meet different types of, let's call it wildlife on our way. Because look where I am. You know what? I wanted to benchmark the interpolation and stabilization. This is probably gonna do it. The city is one of the other really poorly running pieces in this game, so it's gonna be very interesting to see the result. Oh shit. I will need... I'll use this for now.
That's one way to get there.
Very good. Get out of the fucking way. Seriously, buddy. Yes. Okay, I'm not getting too much damage from this. I'm doing pretty good. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, he's taking cover there. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna find him the other side. Good. Okay. Where are we supposed to go? We're supposed to keep going straight, so I'm gonna loot these guys, because I've not done that a lot, and this is probably gonna give me massive profit. Nice. We are going in the correct direction. However, before I proceed, I'm assuming this is safe. If it's not, too bad. I hear something. We're gonna get out of here because I just reminded myself that there's a Yao Gui in the city. I don't want to run into it. I want this to be a profitable mission. This is Lethal Company in Fallout. It really is. I need to make profit, otherwise I'll fire myself. Good, because that's gonna take help with that gun. Okay. Fuck. It's too late for me to fucking do anything about that. There we go. Heal, heal, heal. Always missing one shot, even when I fucking aim correctly. Damn it. What did I just get myself into? Okay, I don't want to mess with that thing unless it wants to really get my attention. I am specifically interested in... Ooh, please don't attack me. Okay.
Painting a huge sign on the front door.
Hi.
Let me in. Edward Deegan asked me to come here.
Oh, it's you. I thought you might change your mind. Come on in. Door's open.
All right. I do not remember what this is all about or who gave it to me.
What is this place?
Better to let Jack answer that. Come on.
Whoa. This... What? I've never seen
Jack,
clean aesthetics in
guys here.
Fallout yet.
One moment. I just have to...
This looks really good.
You'll be right with her.
Oh, damn. Clearly, I'll need to adjust the mixture. Hello. Welcome to Cabot House. I'm Jack Cabot.
Pleased to meet you.
Do you believe there is other intelligent life in the universe?
The universe is a big place. Anything could be out there.
Wonderful. Most people's minds are too narrow to admit the possibilities of an infinite universe. But I'm not talking about flying saucers and little green men. I'm talking about the hidden history of our planet. The very origins of human civilization. Ancient powers that modern science, even at its pinnacle, could barely begin to comprehend.
It's best to keep an open mind. Jack may be eccentric, but he's definitely not crazy. The job I got for you is simple. Jack owns a facility north of the city. There's an important package that went missing between there and here. I need you to track it down and bring it back to me. Any questions?
For starters, what's this package I'm looking for?
It's a metal case holding vials of serum. You don't need to worry about what it is. Jack needs it for his research.
Got it.
That's all you need to know. You should start at Parsons State Insane Asylum. Don't let the name spook you. It's just a secure building that we're using. We think the courier got ambushed as he was leaving the place.
Well, folks, I do not think we are finishing this quest today because I need to do a massive diversion in order to take care of this. I want to avoid getting close to that fucking building because if I do, I will get fucking owned. I need to take a very, very wide route and make sure not to get seen by these fuckers. Otherwise, I will get owned very rapidly. And this is why I don't think this quest is going to be accomplished in this part. We will try to get it started and go as far as we can. But I am doing everything in my power right now to avoid being spotted by the Flamer people. The Flamer people will fucking kill me. We've tried to do the Out of the Fire quest, which is at the location directly in front of me, and it did not go well. So we're going to make sure to go as far as possible. I need to cross over to the right shore as early as possible, and I can probably do it somewhere through here. So we're actually going to try doing one of these. I don't seem to have attracted any attention yet, and I may be able to completely be out of view here. Come on, come on. You can do it. You can climb any mountain, dude. Okay, good, 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 good. I think we might have cleared the harder part. I think I'm able to avoid those gentlemen waiting over there, which I spotted at the last fucking second. This looks really, really brutal over here. I hope it's not on the other side. Honestly, that's not what the map seemed to suggest. If it is on the other side, I'm a little bit fucked right now. We got past the Out of the Fire location. What I'm hoping here is that the new location isn't 10 times harder than the Out of the Fire one. I don't hear Nick reacting to anything negative here. He's not opening fire, so even the wildlife is kind of kept at bay here. I don't know if that's because it's raining, but what a great shot right now to have towards the end of this part. I really, really like the weather effects, and I wish there was a way to fucking kick them in a little more. I don't mind the rads. I have plenty of rad away, or whatever the fuck it's called, and I would definitely use more of this. What are these fucking cool homes, man? This is fucking cool. Talk to guard captain. I think we are here. Yeah, we are here. Hi, I come not necessarily unarmed, but I don't want to attack.
This place is off limits. You'd best move along.
Edward Deegan sent me. I'm looking for a missing package.
Oh, You're the new guy. So this package, pretty sure we know where it is. The guys that shot Ben are holed up in the Parsons Creamery, just north of here.
Who are these guys? Raiders?
Sure, assholes with guns. Though it's weird that they're still hanging around so close. Kind of like they're scouting this place or something. I don't like it. I'm glad you're gonna finally get rid of them.
Well, alright everyone, it looks like I know what I'm doing next part. We're going to kill some motherfuckers, which is basically very often the thing you have to do in this game when you take on a quest is go there, kill these fuckers, come back with item Z. And that's what we're going to be doing next time. What I like about that is when I'm going to fire up the game next time, my armor is ready to go. Everything's been predetermined. We have the quest we want, and we're playing the goddamn game we want. It has been very good, this part. I didn't progress that much in terms of completing quests or anything, but I got some good surprises. I did have to talk at length about stabilization and interpolation, but we're done with that, and I'm happy that I finally got a bit of footage that's really gonna test that process in full, something that I had not quite done yet. And I already know it's all going to be synchronized and everything. I'm just very curious to see how the interpolation pulls off the frames that technically don't exist. I want to go see what the fuck that is because it looks really cool. In fact, it looks like I may be close to another series of quests that might be horror oriented in Fallout 4. Kind of like the one when I went to retrieve the Deathclaw egg. I thought that was an amazing quest, and I want to see more. And this thing looks goth as fuck. I mean, this thing looks like the kind of thing you're going to use for a horror quest, so I just want to come and see it. And we're going to wrap up from it if I'm allowed to even go there. Lynn Woods. What the fuck? This is a settlement? Well, fuck, I'm actually going to save here. Wow, man. The fire looks really fucking good in this game. I always forget how good it looks. It surprises me every time I see it. This is probably going to do a really good outro shot, so here, let's stand over here. You've been watching Stereo 3D Plays and this Let's Play series of Fallout 4 VR. We're already at part 19, and I think we got one more part of fucking around at this point before I decide to move on with my life and start heading for the split that this game has waiting for us. It's going to be time to face it and to actually get on with this wonderful game's story. Maybe one day we complete the adventure. But folks, thank you for watching all the way to the end. I shall see you soon. There's plenty to do on the channel. I got the Quest 3 review that is now going to commence, and that's going to be a lot of work on its own. And I might actually come up with other side projects for the main channel as well, kind of like I did with Lethal Company. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I will, in fact, see you soon.
Place to travel alone. Wow. Nice to have someone